Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down under the nitty-gritty, under 10 minutes. So if I go over 10 minutes, there's something very fucking important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people who like to drink, people who like to smoke, people like ayahuasca. That's like 80% of you off the board. Please don't watch my videos, because what happens is that you become a biased bitch or a biased beta buster, and you'll start saying things you disagree with. And things I talk about is not subjective. They're not subjective. I'm talking about a certain particular types of people, and I try to make myself very clear. But if you do have comments or questions, ask me before you just start jumping to conclusions, because that's what most of you types of people, which I just listed earlier, do. You jump to conclusions, and then you try to put people's life in danger because you want some attention or validation somehow. I don't understand it, but I do understand it, by the way. Just don't do it. Get out of my fucking videos. You son of a bitches. Most of you are son of a bitches. Son of a whores, okay? Daughters of whores. And everything in between. So if you're sensitive, please don't get on my... Don't come on my fucking channel on my videos. I don't like you either, motherfucker, okay? Come into my inbox so we can have some smoke, okay? You can make some smoke. I'll give you some smoke, okay? You smoke up your ass, okay? That sounds gay as fuck, don't it? But anyway, I'm stuck in this traffic a little bit. So we're going to talk about something important. Why do I say that 80% of people are not usually compatible? Why do I say that? I say this because there's factual statistics that shows that 60% of women are not mentally well, okay? Men have more emotional intelligence, emotional stability. Men have more emotional stability, and sometimes they do some things, they sacrifice themselves to a bit. That's why I say men are more victims than women. We're not talking about in the medieval times, women was burned at the trees and witches and shit like that. We're not talking about none of that, okay? We're talking about in modern day times, women are no longer victims anymore. Now they want to be equal. Now they feel like they're equals now. They don't feel like they're equals, but they're trying to be. They caught themselves in the oxymoron conundrum. Okay, that's them. So now, since we understand that now we are all equals now, because that's what they presume. This like man is equal to God too as well. So we have to have with that logic. Well, that's beautiful as hell. Yeah, put these red fern trees everywhere. I love that color. But let me just say one thing about emotional intelligence. Most people just don't have it. As me being a schizo, my psychologist was shocked at how much I knew about emotional intelligence. And I said, there's a difference when you have a voice talking to you, telling you certain critical thinking skills of yourself, and then a lot of noise. I hope that's not my car burning, because I know I changed my oil and everything. I smell burnt oil. And it's not my car. I got the windows open. So I'm like, why do people get in relationships without putting everything up front? Why do people get in relationships without having a backup plan? Especially you guys, because I know most of you beta males, you get fucked. You're not going to court, taking women to court and shit. And I'm like, you're the idiot because you ain't studied how women behavior are. You know, you probably haven't even studied human behavior in general. Okay, so I'm like, this is why I'm paranoid. I don't even hang with nobody because I know how the way they think. As soon as I give them an inch, they take them out. I know they're gonna take them out. So I don't hang with that many people that much. I got a very few small clique full of people. Most people don't like asking questions, so most people automatically are not very smart. It starts off with emotional intelligence, starts off with questioning. And if you, Socrates said this shit. He's the wisest of all philosophers because he asks questions. The only thing you can know is that you know to ask questions. You don't know nothing unless you ask questions. And then you can know something about a particular situation, like Leon Nelson. He says, I have a particular set of skills. He knows himself. You can know some things in this world, depending on the subject. But trust me on this. Most people don't have true emotional intelligence, especially women. The weaker sex, I'm going to call it, it's going to be the female. And any person who want to call themselves any other type of species there is, a cis or a homosexual, you know, I'm just saying, hey, if they want to be weak, it's up to them. They can't make up their mind. When they was born a male, they want to be a female. They know how weak the female is, let them be that. If they want to be both sides, let them be both sides, okay? But that doesn't make them weaker or stronger. It's just, in my perspective, I consider people who are confusing are more likely to be weaker. who make things harder, who are sensitive, who don't ask questions. I can't stand people like that. I know a bit of homosexuals, I know some pedophiles, I know some criminals. Yeah, sure. But other than that, everybody's on a different level of intelligence, right? But most people, in general, do not have emotional intelligence when it comes to certain things, especially in relationships. You guys have too much emotional intelligence when it comes to women, because you start off by approaching her, you're doing all this stuff, and I tell you guys all the time, stop giving her so much, because it's a piece of pussy, man. Stop giving the bitch too much, because if you're giving her all that shit, what are you getting back in return? What are you getting back, guys? All right? You're not getting nothing back but some fucking pussy that was probably already used, hit up, and smashed up, while your ass was whoring around with dumb used other females, and you fucked up. And that makes you the one who needs to be you have to do some maturing in your life, because a lot of you men who think you're 60 and 70 years old, and I talk to you, I'm 47. My emotional intelligence is too fucking high for some of you old heads who's older than me, and I'm 47. I'm like, don't you know anything about how you talk to me? How do you talk to me when I have emotional intelligence? I ask a question, and then the person starts to answer the question. But then there's guys who are like 67, 70, talking to me with their feminine emotions. I'm like, do you know who I am? And he'll say some shit. I don't give a fuck who you are. You sound like a fucking woman. How are you 7 years old? And I'm asking you, I said, do you know who I am? I said, do you have any idea who I am? Do you want to know anything about me? They get real emotional, man. They get real emotional. And that's what America's going through right now. People taking COVID shots, stupid 19 shots. I don't give a fuck. Okay, who you are. But if you don't have no emotional intelligence, I usually don't hang around you. I just don't. The only people I actually hang around is for a little bit of service that I need from them, and I'm gone. I don't take advantage of them. I don't tell them they're bad. I don't tell them they're good. I give them a little bit of constructive criticism sometimes to try to help themselves. But then everything else, they got to pay. Other than that, I'm telling you guys, most of you people don't have you argue with me when I'm asking you questions. How do you do that? How do you make a speculation upon someone without even asking any questions? Huh? Yeah, I'm driving. I don't know how you do that. That's the first sign of intelligence, questioning every fucking thing. And then I'm looking for the internet, and I did find a video which he was talking about the 13 things that makes people smart. And I said, I'm waiting for that one thing. And he said it. Okay, now who the hell? Okay, I want to answer that later. So, yeah, that's my boy. He was trying to say, where you at? You coming? I said, yeah, I'm coming, dog. But listen to me, clarity, guys. Emotional intelligence starts with questioning, isolation, organization, having a plan B and C. He didn't have that in that video. You having plans, and you thinking about things. Paranoia is a sign of intelligence. Now, the higher your paranoia is, the more likely your intelligence is higher. I can make my own list of 13 things that makes a person intelligent, which will slightly differentiate what people be talking about. But I'm telling you right now that everything he was saying in this video was 90% accurate, except two of the things I disagree with. When you're disorganized, you're not that intelligent. Okay? And if you're left-handed, yeah, I think he said, if you're left-handed, you're intelligent. No, that's incorrect. Okay? Now, this may be studies showing that, but I'm pretty sure they didn't do a study for everybody in the country. Okay? Being left-handed. Okay? Now, a lot of people aren't intelligent. Regardless, overall, doesn't matter. I've matched most of them fucking things. I like cats over dogs. I know that's a fact. And there's people who like dogs, but it depends on where their field of intelligence is going in order to understand how truly intelligent they are. If you're very organized, you like cats, and you're very clean, you like asking questions, you're on the right path. That's all you really need, to focus on yourself. Right? Focus on yourself. Stop focusing on superficial things. Is what people look at. Alright? And that's all I really want to say, guys. I think that's good enough. Okay? It's about 10 minutes, and I hope you learned something from this video. Come to me if you need some counseling. I need counseling from you too. I want to learn something from you. I know everybody have different facets of their psychologicals, and they're also psychosis. And I'm out of here, guys. Peace. Because I'm not Joe Arse, man. I crashed. Okay? I'm not Joe